Okay, let's start as of now. We'll see if more people are joining.
There were only two, not more than two. So yeah, you can.
Okay, okay. So, welcome everyone, those who are present. Today we are going to talk in short on cardio versus weight training for fat loss. There is a lot of fuss about like you should do only cardio for fat loss. It is right from one perspective, but it's not the entire story. So, we are going to discuss the entire story here today, and you are going to know the science behind the fat loss and also why it is important to implement both the things into your regime. Next one. Okay, so there are four basic points which we are going to cover. That is, which activity burns more calories when you compare your cardio and your weight training? And is calorie burning everything? Do we need only calorie burning to achieve our results? Third will be the main point, which is weights or cardio for fat loss. And the fourth one will be which is superior for what? Each have a place in your resume. So we will discuss that next. Which activity burns more calories? So if y'all didn't know, cardio burns more calories than weight training. That is the one number one thing which we need to accept because many people they are under the impression that okay, our coach has told us to do weight training to lose fat. That is true, but weight training doesn't burn more calories than cardio. Cardio will burn more calories. Now I'll give you an example. If you are walking for an hour or like on treadmill at a speed of 5 to 6 or even ranging from 4 to 6, you will burn anywhere around 200 calories. And let me tell you, these are just an estimate. These are not the exact numbers because exact numbers will depend on a lot of things. So we just take the average number that is 200. And typically a weight training session will burn lesser calories than that. Now, if you are 50 kgs, 50 kgs of body weight, you will burn typically around 100 to 120 calories in a weight training session. Now, this calculation comes from like you are burning 1.5 to 2 times your body weight calories during a weight training session. So 50 kgs comes around, 100 to 150, between 100 to 150, not more than that. It can be more than that depending on how you're working out, how much you are doing weight training. Like if your weight training is lasting longer than an hour, that is 1.5 or even 2 hours, then you might burn 150 or slightly above 150 calories. Okay. So now cardio has many benefits apart from calorie burn, and so does weight training. So as I said, each has a place in its own. Like we have to implement both, and there is the time and place to implement both. And as I told, these are just the approximates. And when you see 1 hour of running, it burns slightly more calories than walking because we are putting in more efforts while running. If we are covering a distance of 1 kilometer within 3 minutes in walking, chances are we will cover 1 kilometer in 1.5 minutes when we are running. So that is how it will burn slightly more calories when you compare it to an hour. And now calorie burning usually happens when our heart rate is elevated for a longer period of time. Not like we walk for 20 seconds and then our heart rate goes up. That is also cardio, but that is like very low intensity cardio, very much low intensity. But when we are looking at moderate to high intensity, we are walking continuously anywhere from 5 minutes to 10 to 15 to 20 minutes. Then we are taking a break. That is considered as a moderate to high intensity cardio where our heart rate is constantly up. When our heart rate is constantly up, it will burn calories. Our heart is going to work more, it is going to pump more blood. That is how we are going to burn slightly more calories. And let me tell you, cardio has millions of benefits. So we'll see how it affects our body and what are the benefits in the next slide. Now, is calorie burning everything? Now, if you see from a fat loss context, if you see from a weight loss, that is only the difference on the scale, yes, calorie burning is everything for it. But is it important? No, it surely is not important. Now I'll tell you why. Now, in order to only lose weight on the scale, like if you are 80 kilos on the week one, and you just have to change that number, you just have to bring it down to like 79 or 78 or even 77, you can do just cardio and make that happen. And by doing zero weight training, this is one condition. And the next condition is that, and now in this condition, in this first condition, you are not going to build any muscles. And the second condition is you do only weight training, a good diet, and you come down to 79, 78, or even 77, and you build muscles. So the obvious answer is most of the 99% of the people who are educated and who know this will choose the B option. The rest 1% will have a doubt that, okay, weight training might hurt me. They are under the impression of that weight training is not good for them. It is simply because of lack of awareness. But when they come to know about the benefits of weight training, this 1% will also turn up with the 99% people so that it becomes 100%. Now, whether you burn it from the diet or from the cardio, anything works. Like if you are creating a calorie deficit from your diet, that is one good thing. But if you want to eat more, if you want to eat at maintenance, and if you want to do cardio as a type of deficit, like 2 hours of cardio per day, you can do that. From any one tool, you can create a deficit from the diet or from the cardio or from the weight training as well, which works wonders. So usually a combination of both works. Now, what I preach and what I tell people is that you create 50% deficit from your diet and you create 50% deficit from your cardio so that it becomes sustainable. Most of the times, what happens is that when people are busy, they cannot go for a walk or they cannot do cardio for 2 hours a day when they are totally dependent on cardio for their deficit. And if they are busy for a longer period of time, for consecutively 3 to 4 days, they are missing out on 6 hours of cardio in a week. So it might not be sustainable and they might not see the results in that week. So they might get disappointed. So what I recommend is that bring down the cardio time to like half an hour per day, which is sustainable, and also create a deficit from your diet so that you stay on track 24/7. Now, calorie burning isn't everything because only doing cardio is not going to build muscles. Now, for example, I've given you won't gain huge shoulders, biceps, chest, and your back by doing only cardio. Cardio is an exercise for your heart, not for your other muscles, in terms of hypertrophy, in terms of muscle gaining. Now, you cannot get the benefit of a squat by doing cardio. You cannot get the benefit of a bicep curls by doing cardio. You cannot get a benefit of a shoulder press by doing cardio. So cardio has other benefits and weight training specifically has other benefits. So from a calorie burning point of view, cardio is fantastic. Next slide. Now the main slide which we come on is weights or cardio for fat loss. Now cardio should be done irrespective of the goal, whether you are losing fat, whether you are maintaining your current physique, or whether you are building muscles. Most people are under an impression that whenever they are building muscles, they need to go in a calorie surplus. They have to eat more than they burn. So they think that, okay, now if I do cardio, it will minimize my gains. It will minimize the ability of me to gain weight. That is true to some extent. But to keep your heart healthy in the long run, 365 days a year, and also in the long run, you need to do cardio. You just cannot be like, okay, now I'm gaining weight, now I won't do cardio at all, zero cardio. So they don't even walk 2000 steps per day, which in long term is not beneficial. And for the nutrients which you eat, for the protein, for the carbohydrates, for the fats which you eat in your diet, for them to deposit into your muscles, some or the other movement is required other than weight training. Like when you do cardio, as I told you in the previous slides, your heart works more. It pumps blood to all the body, the entire part of the body. So when the blood is pumped to the entire part of the body, that is how nutrients go to the all the parts of the body, right from our arms to our legs to every muscle of the body. That is why cardio is important. Now, weight training should be also done irrespective of the goal. If you are gaining weight, That is, you are gaining muscle. Weight training is super important. Weight training is the only way by which you can gain muscles. And for losing fat, you have to build muscles and also retain the muscles which you have. Because when we eat less food than we require, our body tends to give up the stored energy which we have. And now, if we keep our protein high, body will mostly give only the fat. Body will lose only the fat and retain the muscles. But now to retain the muscles optimally, you have to give them a repetitive stimulus. That is, you have to train them repetitively. Now, how you can train them repetitively? That is only by doing weight training. As I said, you cannot build huge biceps by doing only cardio. You can only retain or build huge biceps by doing bicep curls and its variations. So you need to do weight training in order to preserve and in order to build muscles. Now, one thing I preach to all people is that look at cardio from a heart exercise and not from a calorie burning tool. Yes, it burns calories, but that should be your second priority. Whenever you are going to do cardio, look at it like, okay, I have trained my biceps today, I have trained my triceps today. Now it's time to train my heart. Now it's time to do some cardio. So you go for a walk, you go for a brisk walk, you go for a run, you do cycling in the gym, you do elliptical in the gym, you do treadmill or whatever cardio equipment you have access to. So my request is to look at cardio from a heart exercise, like heart building exercise, you can say, from an endurance perspective, not from a calorie burning perspective. When you are doing cardio, you are going to work on your heart, and calorie burning is the byproduct of it. If you are doing cardio for an hour, you will be like, okay, I have worked my heart and as well as I have burned 200 calories. So it's like, buy one, get one free offer. And the only doing cardio to lose weight will make you shapeless and lose muscles irrespective of you having great diet. Now I'll give you a great example here. If you are 100 kgs, person A is 100 kgs and person A is doing only cardio and having a good amount of protein diet, good amount of carbohydrates, good amount of fat, but he is doing only cardio to lose weight on the scale. What will happen is that he will lose weight on the scale, but his body composition, the shape of his body will hardly change. The clothes which he will wear will become will fit him, will become loose, but it won't take the shape of his muscles. Now, on the other hand, the person B is doing a combination of weight training plus cardio. Now, cardio he is doing only for the benefit of his heart, but he is getting the byproduct of calorie burn that he is burning the calories. So, person B is doing weight training, he will lose weight on the scale as well. And also, he will build muscles. His body will look in great shape. His shoulders are going to pop out. His chest is going to come up. His arms are going to get huge. His back is going to get huge. His legs, his thigh muscles, his hamstring muscles, his calf muscles are going to get huge. Now, more than 99% of the people want the B option. They want to look great in clothes. They want to fit well in clothes. They want to be like, okay, my shoulders are popping up. Okay, my chest is coming up. I'm looking more confident. My arms are getting huge. So that is one thing weight training will give you with a combination of cardio. Now, most of the times, what happens is that whenever you start from a certain weight, and if you are a beginner, or if you're working under a coach who knows how to train and who has given you excellent exercise regime, and you're also following it consistently, you might not see a change in your weight, but you might see a change in your body composition. That is what happens when you start to gain muscles. You are losing fat and you are gaining muscles at the same time. If you are 100 kgs and you are losing fat, like, you are losing 1 kilo of fat, you came down to 99, but at the same time, you gained 1 kilo of muscles, which is a lot. 1 kilo of muscle on your body frame will look a lot. It's less in number, only 1 kilo, but it looks like a lot. So you lost 1 kg of fat, you came down to 99, but at the same time, you gained 1 kilo of muscles. So your weight will be same or it will be up or down by 100 or 200 grams. It's very subjective. It depends from person to person. These are just an average number by my experience. So it will remain the same. And that person will say, okay, I didn't lose any weight this week. I didn't lose any weight in the past 2 to 3 weeks, but my body is looking different. When I see myself shirtless, when I click pictures, when I wear clothes, it's fitting well, and I'm looking different, and people are also complimenting me. That is the time when you know you are gaining muscles and losing fat at the same time. Now, in the coming months, what will happen is that your weight might remain the same, but you will start to look good. You will look slim. So that is the one thing which we want. And now doing only weight training to lose fat will make your body take a great shape, as I explained you, and the muscles will retain and the muscles will develop. Now, to retain the muscles also, weight training is super important. Retaining is the first stage. You can retain it by doing weight training, eating a high protein diet. Now, to develop them, you have to do the same process and eat in a surplus. Eat lots of food in the long run. Only then you can build muscles. And after that, if you want to lose like excess body fat, you can lose that. You can come in a great shape. But as a conclusion, I would say both have a place in your plan. Next slide. Anil. Now, which is superior for what? Now, as I said, both cardio and this weight training has its benefit. Now, cardio should be viewed as an exercise for your heart, as I explained, for like your endurance, for your heart health, for your heart strength, etc. Now, cardio is superior for your heart health, blood flow. Now, let me tell you, cardio has millions of benefits apart from calorie burning. It encourages blood flow. It will enhance your mood. It will enhance your sleep. It will enhance your hunger levels also. Now, it also plays a role in optimizing your hormones. Like when you compare a person who is sitting on his couch all day, who's having a desk job, and who isn't even walking like 2,000 steps per day, and when you it, compare the same situation with a person who is also doing a desk job, but who is walking around 10 to 12,000 steps per day, and who is comfortable in walking 10 to 12,000 steps per day, his hormonal profile, his lipid profile, taking in consideration his diet is on point. Both of the person's diet is on point. His health might take a slight edge in the long run, simply because he is training the main muscle of the human body, which is heart. On the other hand, weight training should be viewed as an exercise for your heart as well as for your muscles. Now, whenever we do weight training, also our heart rate goes up, but that is not for an extended period of time, as I explained in the first slide. That is only for like a minute or so, because the set which we do lasts maximum for 1 minute or 1.5 minutes, depending on how many reps you are doing. Now, weight training is superior for muscle gaining and retaining. As I said, weight training is the only tool by which you can gain muscles in the different parts of the body and by which you can retain muscles in the different part of your body. Now, there are also other benefits of weight training which you might have heard that healthy joints, your mood get enhanced, you can sleep better, you can control your blood sugar better by doing weight training, and other millions of benefits which also comes from weight training. Next slide, Ankit. So that is all for today, a short webinar on cardio versus weight training for fat loss. Now, if you have any questions, you can ask me right now.
Yeah. Hi, Hardik. I have
Yeah,
one
buddy.
doubt actually. So if you see, I've been doing the weight training and also cardio actually. See, in terms
Okay.
of weight training, see, currently I have been see right from all the last all the 10 weeks, right? I have been doing with around mostly I'm using the dumbbells with 8 kgs actually, 4+4 actually. So see,
Okay.
I attended your previous session where you said that say we need to increase the reps, right? That is what you told actually. So is there a point I need to consider increasing the weight now actually? Say maybe from 8 kg, I need to progress to 10, 12, or is that the way I need to do, or I need to increase the reps actually? So like what you
How much
told in
reps
the
are you able to do with the current weight, that is 8 kgs?
yeah, see, most of the exercise between 10 to 11, and some of
10 to
them
11.
some of them around 15 actually. That is what I have been doing. And sometimes, say after your meeting discussion, right? I have been trying to increase maybe around the fourth set or the third set. I'm trying to increase it to 15, 16 in some of the exercise actually. That is what I have been doing.
Okay, got it. Now I will recommend you one thing. in the exercises which you are able to do 15 repetitions,
Okay.
that means that weight is currently light for you.
Okay. Okay.
You are easily doing 15 reps. So in the
Correct.
exercise where you are doing 15 repetitions, I would recommend you to increase the weights.
Okay.
Okay. Now in the
Okay.
exercises where you are using 8 kilos of dumbbell, that is 4, and you are
Okay.
able to do only 10 reps,
Okay.
stretch that to 15, like stretch that to 15 repetitions in the coming weeks. And once you hit the 15 repetition mark, you can bump up the weight. You can go up to 10 kilos.
Oh, okay. Got it.
And the
So if you,
same cycle should continue.
yes, got it. Yeah. So the cycle should be such that, so once I get to a saturation point of point, or
Yes,
once I
15,
get
yeah.
comfortable, I need to increase the weight actually
Yes,
gradually.
exactly. This applies to every exercise you do.
Okay. So increase in the sense by what percentage? For example, if I am using 8 kg, shall I increase it by 2
I would
kg?
recommend increasing it to the nearest weight you have.
Okay. Nearest weight in the sense like 2 kgs kind of it, or
Yeah, 2 kgs is the minimum which you have, so you can increase it to 2 kgs. Then you can start again. Like if you're able to do, like now you have 10 kgs, right?
correct.
You have now 10 kgs. Now, if you're able to do only 8 repetitions, now one mission is to stretch that 8 repetitions to 15 repetitions.
Okay.
Now that is a saturation point. Then you again increase it to 12 kilos. Then you go to 14, 16. Like that, you keep on increasing.
Got it. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Got
Any
it.
more
Got it.
questions?
No, I'm done actually. But thanks actually. This is really helps me actually. Yeah.
Not a problem. Okay, so that is all for today. We'll see you in the next webinar.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm dropping off. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.